great Japanese animator Hayao Miyazaki comes out of retirement, makes The Boy and His Heron. This is a 2023 movie. Is this any good? Let me tell you after this, coming up next. Boy, I'm glad Miyazaki came out of retirement. I think he did. Is he going to retire again? I don't know, but this is a great movie. I'm in love with it. This is one of my favorite of his for whatever reason. I like his Oz Wonderland type movies where characters go into fantasy lands. They're on a search for something. It's sort of a psychological, environmental, maybe quasi-religious, and it has political themes too. He blends all kinds of aspects, but it's a surreal landscape, and that's what you get with Boy and the Heron, which reminds me somewhat of Spirited Away, and he's an old artist now, so it's a blend of a lot of his previous works, but I think this one is of its own. I took my kids to it. They enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I think a lot of people who understand him and love his artwork will certainly love this one. He's not dropped off in quality at all, in my opinion. Story is set during World War II, Japan obviously. Mahito's a young boy, and he wakes up and there's a hospital on fire. His mother's in it, and it's a tragic accident. His mother's dead, and he is devastated by this. He suffers trauma from it, flashbacks to fire, and so he and his father go off to an estate, a countryside estate. His father is a factory owner and obviously is profiting from World War II. Mahito is on his own. He's got several older ladies by themselves. Oh, and he's got a new mother. Turns out, this is a spoiler, maybe not, that is his old mother's sister, his dead mother's sister, who's his new mother, and she's pregnant. In this countryside estate, there is a mysterious tower over the way, and there's a bird, a heron of the title, and this heron seems to be magical in some way. It seems to speak to him, talking to him about his mother's trauma, and then one day tells him he should follow it. Well, Mahito is very disturbed. He makes an arrow to try to kill it. He goes off and tries to hunt for it. And then one day his new mother disappears. Well, he goes in search of her along with the older ladies. And they, of course, are going to go to the mysterious tower, and what in the heck is there? Now, that's where the movie gets going into its surreal Oz Wonderland type place. And I asked my daughter if she would like it. She's a 14, 15-year-old into fantasy. And she said the movie was slow going, but after that, she really liked it. I thought this movie was grounded in its psychological problem, which is his kid's trauma with his mother, and also some latent World War II themes. And his father's a vain person. You know, he loves stuff and status, and is not too attendant to his son's needs. And so when the kid goes into the mysterious tower, that's in a way a portal into the other world's wonderland, as I'm calling it. Now, that's not exactly what this is, but to a viewer like me, it feels like that kind of experience. It's not explainable, but it has a dream logic of its own. And the heron, which is a great sidekick / pet / nemesis sort of, but is really goofy, and there's a little impish man inside the heron, but that's part of the surreal logic. I love that Miyazaki loves herons. I think they're magnificent birds too, and they have a special place here. Unlike so many American movies and stories, which is a boy and his dog. A lot of dogs are sidekicks, as with Oz, and there's a cat in Alice in Wonderland. Here it's a heron, which I think is a lot of fun. And Miyazaki must be a bird lover, because you have lots and lots of birds, not just the heron, but storks and later parakeets, and huge numbers of both. The movie kind of, I don't know if it goes into an underworld or another world or an alternate universe or a portal, a place where it's a portal into other universes. I think it's a mishmash of all of those. But of course, you know, one of the material world's central problems here with this character is a search for his mother. The heron promises that he can go find his mother, who he thinks for a while is not dead. But of course we know she is dead, and so obviously it's a boy who's trying to release himself of guilt, of the horrific nature of losing a parent as a boy, and that's his baggage here as he goes through these series of surreal adventures. Miyazaki is 82 years old. This movie is full of wild imagination surprises. I hope we all have imaginations like his at age 82, and of course none of us will, but I think old age, hopefully our imaginations grow and do not diminish. And here you have a man who's, dare I say, made one of the best movies by an octogenarian ever. Scorsese's getting up there too, and made a great movie this year as well, and Killers of Flower Moon. But I do think this is one of Miyazaki's best. I strongly recommend it. I love the pace of his movies. I'm going to miss that a ton. I love his environmental concerns. I love that there's always something coming next that's a wonder, and you never know. And the first time you watch a movie like this, it's full of great surprises. It makes you smile. I looked over my daughter, my other kids, and they're smiling throughout this entire movie. But yet it's a slower pace, which is so welcome in the world today. I think this is a wonderful work of art. I think, dare I say, pretty much anybody should see this movie. And don't let the PG-13 rating stop you. That's the MPA being absolutely insane, as they normally are. It's just a scene of gushing blood. Anybody can take it who's 6 years old and over. This is not a PG-13 movie. That makes no sense. Although, I guess there are scenes of a little bit of terror with fire, but I can't detect anything here that the 7-year-old, let's say, would have a problem with. So go watch it. To me, this is a 5-star movie. I am working with imagination like this, which I'm going to remember for a long, long time. I cannot give less than that. It's very rare these days we get the movies of this quality of imagination on screen with a lot of surprise, and we don't get a lot of surprises in movies these days. So God bless Miyazaki. Thank you very much for coming out of retirement. What do you think of A Boy and His Heron? Let us know in the comments, and please subscribe to this channel for more great content. Thank you. Have a great day.